What's going on, guys? What is going on? Hope you guys are having an incredible day. Let me go ahead and tag a few people in this post really quick. Just wanted to give you guys just a quick message for today. And I want you guys to use this as an opportunity for you to hit a reset on your life. I think that is critical. Just trying to get a few people on. So what's going on, guys? What's up? So I want to start off by saying definitely shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers for beating my team, the Miami Heat. Those of you who know me, you know I'm all about the Heat and Heat Nation. But you got to give credit where credit is due. And I'm doing this live because I want those of you who, you may not know anything about basketball or you may not have watched the NBA Finals or the playoffs. But I want to share with you what I took from it. Right. And it's one guy in particular, Mr. LeBron James. Trust me, I'm a Heat fan till I die. Right. So I love the Heat. But I want you to understand something. I'm going to take you back. So LeBron James was on Cleveland. He tried to do it all on his own. He couldn't. Right? He tried to be the one-man show. He tried to do everything that he could to put the whole team on his back. Right? That didn't work for many years. And then he went to Miami with a supporting cast. Right? Like-minded people. Understood a culture. Right? Came to Miami, won, I think, 2 rings back-to-back. Then he took that same mindset because he grew. And then he brought it to Cleveland. Right? And he gave Cleveland a championship because of the same thing that he learned from Miami. And then he took that same concept and brought it to LA. And we saw the result of that on Sunday. But I want you guys to really understand what happened. So there's 2 type of mindsets you can have. You can have a fixed mindset, right? Where you're complaining. You can't take constructive criticism. You avoid change. You complain a lot. That's a fixed mindset. You're not willing to grow or get to the next level, right? Someone tells them something, they take it personal, right? Someone doesn't buy from you, you take it personal, right? You stop your whole whatever you're doing because people say certain things. That's a fixed mindset. Growth mindset, right? These are people like myself. These are people like you. Right? You accept whatever feedback someone gives you, and then you use that to help you get to the next level, to help you be better, right? You look at it as constructive criticism versus negative criticism, right? So that's the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And I wrote two things down. The other thing with growth mindset is that you learn from your failures. Those of us who failed, and that should be everybody, right? Those of us who failed, we learn from that, right? And it's going to take a certain mindset for you to learn from different things. If you've been through a bad relationship, you have to learn from that. But you can't bring that last relationship to the new one, right? That's just how it is. You just can't do that. The other thing that I love about the growth mindset, and this is where LeBron James come into play, and I want you guys to really understand this, right? He says to himself, what can I do? And I want y'all to think about that for a moment. What could you do? Every situation he's been in, he figured out a way. What can he do? What type of value he can add? How can he get better? Who can he learn from? What could he do to contribute to the overall vision, right? The vision he had when he was in Cleveland, he said, what could he do to bring a championship back home? Where he needed to go outside. He went to Miami, brought the information back to his hometown. What could you do? And I want you guys to understand the NBA Finals is a powerful component to sports and entertainment. But there's a finals going on in your house, right? There's a certain thing that you gotta do for yourself. What are you gonna do? Right? I want you to take this LeBron James mindset. Now, you could say LeBron, you could say Jordan, you could say Kobe, you could say whoever you want. You could say Floyd Mayweather. I want you to understand it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Some people hate LeBron. There's some people that'll die for LeBron right now. Right? And some of us are taking certain things personal. Right? It's either in your personal life, it's either in your relationship, it can be in your business. It doesn't matter. Keep growing. You have to say to yourself, what could you do? How can you get better? Right? Those of you who know me, you guys know we have the credit business. We do very, very well in the credit business. I get a lot of people reaching out to me to try to figure out what's my mindset. How did I get like this? I just failed a lot in life. That's just it. I read a lot of books. I learned from people that are already successful, right? I study people like LeBron James. I study people like Michael Jordan. I study people like Roy Jones or Mike Tyson. You just study them because as I'm studying them, they're studying other successful people, other GOATs. But you need to ask yourself, what could you do? You need to ask yourself this every single day. What could you do better? Don't worry about your failure, what you didn't do right. What could you do better? If you got a business and you're making 5 calls, could you have made 20? Could you have made 30? Right? If you have a cookie business, right, and you sold 30 cookies, could you have sold 100? What could you have done better? Right? What could you do? You want to have this mindset that you're going to get it done. See, that's what every single game LeBron James went in, he said, I'm going to get this done, even when they lost. Because remember what a growth mindset is. They don't take it personal. They accept that they just lost, but that's not the end. They keep going because they never give up. You got to ask yourself this, man. What could you be doing better? What could you learn? Focus on what you can get better at instead of focusing on what you're doing wrong, because that's going to hurt you, right? All of us can do it, but we got to have that mindset, man, that we're going to get it done. And those of you who are high performance players, meaning you go hard in everything you do, keep going hard. Don't feel like you need to slow down, right? For other people to catch up. You keep grinding. You think LeBron James slowing down in the gym? You think when they lost that he stopped grinding? Yeah, y'all go home. I'm going to be in this gym all night. What's your gym for your life? What do you have to get better at? What do you have to look in the mirror and say, I got to get better at? Is it your business? Is it your relationship? Is it your friendships? Is it your family? Right? Is it school? What do you got to get better at? And one thing I love about LeBron James is LeBron James don't look left. LeBron James don't look right. He keep going. And that's what you guys got to take from this NBA Finals. Just like my team, the Miami Heat, they're going to keep going. They're going to be all right. They're not going to worry about us losing the finals. We're going to learn from that, and we're going to be back. But I want you to understand there's a mindset from greatness. How can you go every single day and be better? Right? How can you give it all you got today and then leave it as yesterday? And then the next day, how can you give it all you got? Because every day you got to focus on being great. Now, I know some of you listening to this, he's like, man, Coach Kev, man, I'm good, man. I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. You do that. But this is for those people who want to get to the next level. This is for those people who have setbacks before. This is for those people who've been an underdog, like I've been an underdog. But I want you to understand it's going to be a mindset that you're going to have to adopt. You're going to have to go get it. You're going to have to fight for your family. You're going to have to not listen to anybody that's not in line with your vision. You're going to have to surround yourself with the supporting cast so your vision can come to light. That's what you're going to have to do. And you're going to have to be willing to sacrifice a lot of things to get. You know how much things LeBron James sacrificed? You know how many things my business partner, Mr. Alfred Nixon, sacrificed? You know how much things my business partner, Mr. Bruce Lee Rochester, sacrificed? Or Miss Lakeisha Marion? Or Mr. Ashton Henry? These people sacrifice so much because they understand what you have to go through. And they don't have pity parties. You got to sacrifice as much as you need for your family. You got to have that growth mentality. You got to have that. This is fourth quarter, game 6, and this is your life. And if you operate like that every single day of your life, if you operate like that and have a growth mentality, you always growing, you always learning, you always getting better, you staying a student of the game. These guys study people. They're students of the game. They don't allow anything to throw them off, right? People got to figure that out. And they're unapologetic. You think LeBron James apologized for his work ethic? No, you got to keep up. You think when Kobe was alive, he apologized for his work ethic? No, you got to keep up. You think Mike Tyson right now is apologizing for his work ethic? Nah, you got to keep up. And guys, I want to share this with you. Don't be apologetic. Because guys, we got one life to live, man. I give it all I got. And you got to surround yourself with leaders that's going to give it all they got. And that's what it's about, man. Having a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. And remember, as you get to new levels, there's going to be new devils, right? As you get to new heights, there's going to be new things that you got to learn. That's why you got to stay a student of the game so you could keep growing and you could keep learning. But you got to be a shark. Because I tell you right now, and I mentioned to this in my Saturday training, if you're afraid of heights, and, you're in a tall building and your kids on that other side of that building, I promise you're going to do everything you got to do to get to them kids. You're not thinking about no fire. You're not thinking about how high you are. You're not even thinking if it's sturdy for you to get on the other side. You're thinking of the end result, which is going to pick those kids up and rescuing them. And that's what I need you to do every single day of your life, man. This is real life, man. 2021 already started, right? So you got to go hard today, every single day. And remember, as you're going hard, as you're understanding the growth mindset, as you understanding that you're going to have to sacrifice some things, right? You can't be entitled. I need you to understand that people are watching that, right? They're not listening to what you say. They're doing what you do, right? Our kids don't listen to anything we tell them. They do what we do. If you're a leader in any business or in anything, your team, they're not listening to what you're saying. They're doing what you're doing. So we got to always operate with a growth mindset. We got to always be okay with failure. It's okay. We got to be okay with the constructive criticism, right? And we have to keep going. And that's one thing that I want you guys to take away from Mr. LeBron James. Yes, he's won the NBA Finals. Yes, he's NBA Finals MVP. But I want you to take his mindset away. I want you to study him. I want you to understand that he's looking at something bigger than ever before. If those of you who listened to his speech at the end, he started talking about how the Lakers, right? How the dad, now the daughter owns the Lakers. But how the dad carried the franchise for so long, and there's a culture there. And they only expect greatness. And I'm going to leave you with this. Your family, your bloodline, your last name only expect greatness from you. But you got to ask yourself, are you going to be the one? See, I decided to be the one for the Blake family. You got to decide to have a growth mindset. You got to decide to be the one. You got to decide to give it all you got. You got to decide for people to be okay, for you to be okay when people are laughing at you. You got to be the person that say, I'm going to put my entire family on my back. I'm going to put my business on my back. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. But you got to remember, right? The greats always practicing. The greats are always students to the game. And you got to remember that. Because everybody can see the glory, the end result, the championship, the winning, the money, the promotions, but nobody knows the story, right? You can see all the glory, but you got to know the story. You got to be grinding every single day to give your shot, to give yourself a shot at being great. And if you work every single day harder than you did the day before, if you continue to put God first or whatever you believe in, if you continue to love people, you continue to celebrate people and be happy for people, right? No ego. Ego stands for edging God out. I see a lot of people fall because of ego and pride, man. That's not a growth mentality. You got to be willing to give it all up, man. Do whatever it takes to be great. Do whatever it takes to show people that you got everything in you to be great. But you got to continue to grow. And guys, I just wanted to give you guys this word, man, because it was very powerful. Now, mind you, I ride for the Heat all day, but you gotta call a spade a spade. You got to give credit where credit is due. This man got a mindset for greatness, man. But his work ethic is unstoppable, man. His mindset is unstoppable, and he's willing to be okay with everything being not okay. He's willing to be okay with that. But he always asks himself, and this is what I want you to ask yourself, what could you do? What could you do to get to the next level? What could you do to get your marriage to the next level? What could you do to get your being a good father to the next level? What could you do to get your business to the next level? What could you do? And whatever that is, increase it. Increase the intensity. Increase it. Go harder than ever before. I need you guys to go harder than ever before. And it doesn't matter what you do. Go hard at it. Forget about who looking at you. Forget about who laughing at you. You know how many people laughed at me before my business became super successful? I kept grinding. And that's what you got to do. Because remember, people are watching. Just like you guys are watching this live. People are watching. Put God first, man. And you're going to be fine, man. Be unapologetic in everything that you do. If you guys follow everything I'm telling you to do right now in this short live, we'll be able to meet you at the TOP. Have a good weekend.